snow on the ground. So that was one. There's the other one. Okay. Now we'll climb over the fence, jump in the truck, hope the sheep didn't escape. Okay. Standard lights is fine. Hi sheeps. Oh, excuse me, I need in there first. And it's winter, so they use a lower amount of water, so we do have, well, we now have more sheep than pigs. For the first time in like ages, since we bought the pigs, probably. This doesn't empty very quickly. But this is small, agile, quick. I was thinking of getting rid of all the water trailers and just using this to water all the animals. Are we going to empty the tank before we feed the sheep? No. Okay. The refill point is right here, tucked in the side, so you have to reverse the trailer way back, and some tractors have difficulty with an 80 degree or 180 degree turn on the in that yard while hauling the trailer, because the trailer doesn't have a very forgiving hitch. Still, that's done. I also tend to keep the gates closed on this yard. Oh. Missed the fence post. So there's no direct, off-road access between all of the different yards. If I left the gates open, I'd probably seriously consider just using this for watering. Okay, lights off, engine off. Jump out, let's get in the tractor. Oh, I still need an auto-load bale fork for here. And for only the second time ever in Farm Sim 17, I haven't heard of them. This yard actually started off with a Linn track, which is a four-wheel steer tractor. As I said, I got the problematic water bowser. It was basically did I unload? No, the universal tanks. This thing here, I figured this is going to be really useful because it's 2,000 litres, you can carry pretty much any liquid in it. But it seemed to multiply the weight of water by a serious factor, such that this tractor, if I installed it on this tractor and tried hauling water around with it, rather than doing quite happily 16 miles an hour here or more, it was struggling to make 4. So I figured initially with the Linn track, because it's only I think 90 horsepower enough to FS70, I figured it must be the low horsepower rating in the tractor. Maybe if I Okay. Yeah, maybe it's the tractor was the problem. But then I swapped to another tractor and found that maybe it's not the tractor. Maybe it's the tank mod. So I switched to I think I temporarily transferred one of the other tractors with a lot of horsepower from one of the other farms over here. Tried that out, and it still was unsatisfactory. So at that point I just said, okay, it's the tank mod. I'll get that little fast pickup. Did it again. Pull the straps off. Stab it in the middle. There we go. Actually, putting that one down, no problem. I use the auto stack trailer, just on there on the left, right, even nothing back there. Of course, it hits the roof of the barn, causes all sorts of mess, but if you do manage to get a stack of 16 bales, I do not have a tractor that can reach the top and take the top bale off. There we go. How's that look? That looks like sheep are happy. John Wayne, I don't recall what the last John Wayne movie I watched was. I think Mrs. Osa has some plans for today. She wants to go shopping for something. She also wants to get the kids' haircut, which we are allowed to do. Child social, or child welfare has basically said, yeah, you can kind of treat them as your own, except not so much, because their parents don't have a say. Normally, if you want to go on vacation, or get the kid's haircut, or anything that changes what the kid looks like effectively, or takes the kid away, parents have a say. Okay, so that was my newest tractor acquisition last week, and I like it as a starter tractor. You've got front and rear attach, you've got front loader arms, and it's under 150 horsepower, but it's a good cheap little tractor. So let's keep tabbing around. We can't sell those yet. That's the truck. That's a purple Valtra. So definitely water the kettles if nothing else. Come on. Because I'm so far over the hitch. There we go. But yes, because normally if you've got foster kids, parents have to approve, getting dental work done, getting shots, getting haircut, anything like that. But once parental rights have been terminated, it's down to child welfare, and they're pretty much okay with anything in reason. The kids need shots, go do it. You want to go on vacation, okay, you're going to need our permission because you've got to have a letter that basically says you've been given permission to take the kids out of Michigan, so if the police stop us for, I don't know, anything, you know, the kids yours, no, they're foster kids, oh, are you allowed to have them out here? You know, you just present them with a letter and they'll say, okay, fine. You've got permission of Child Social Services. Child Social Services know where the kids are, so you're not kidnapping them. And everybody's happy, but I'd like to get over to the right a little bit more. I'd like to turn the steering wheel a little bit the right way. There we go. So yeah, kids need haircuts. We're just getting to the point where the 4-year-old can actually have a haircut, because before we got her, she decided to go at her hair with a pair of scissors. And some bits were extremely short and other bits were not quite so short, but still. Sort of left us in a place where, well, you can't really get any style. Is it not V? Okay, what's the correct button? Please fit. Collision. Oh, okay. The reason it wasn't changing to auto load was because I didn't have the fork selected. How's that look? Straw. 18,000, about 3/5. So 2 more straw bales will not fully fill that. It'll be good enough. I think. Maybe. Exterior light. Hit the interior light. I'm not sure. Let's try again. I don't think that one. Oh, hang on. Oh, that one was the interior light. Okay, this one's the exterior light. There we go. So, the light switches. Not there. I don't think this one has an interior light actually. So that certainly threw some light on the matter. Oh, that does have an interior light. Okay. I think the cows are fine. I don't think we need to go over there, so. That light is on. That doesn't seem to be very bright. What do you think? Yeah, that's barely perceptible light. But with all the light we have thrown around, it should work a little bit. There we go, 2 bales. As I said, for most of the year I don't bother with the lights. Because frankly we can get most of the work done. I dropped it too far in. Oops. Or was I looking at the wrong feed line? There we go. to straw. Straw is a thing here. Come on, guys. Hello, I'm a dog man, and welcome to the stream. I'm having issues with straw. I'll try this one over here. See if that works. Pretty sure I dropped the last lot here. Okay, straw's not working. If that's the case, I am going to demonstrate what happens when loose straw gets wet. Rain counts as well, or snow counts as well, I guess. So we have a little bit of TMI. What I could play it safe here for now. That. Right, because we have total mixed ration in the back of the mixer, throwing this in makes forage. Oh. So that's just forage, that's counting as 4,000 litres of straw added. Over here, get a couple of straw hays. We've got enough hay to last till spring, but we've got enough hay to last till spring. I'm not sure if we've got enough hay to last until the end of spring, which is the earliest we can actually go mow some grass. Okay. Put that down there. It is in the bunker. So it seems as good a place as any to dump it. Actually, you know what? We are going to want to be over here, so there we go. More spotlights on the business. Oh, we got snow in the bucket. We have a full load of silage in the bucket. As you can see, feeding animals during a snowstorm is hard work. Now that there's silage in the bucket, it doesn't worry about the snowfall. Oh, and we're back to snow in the bucket. To either have silage in the bucket or the bucket front down. got a short delay between emptying something and having the snow establish itself. Not much of one, but enough. Emptying the snow on the floor. I think if I hitch up to that, it's not a full load, but it's definitely cow food. Hi, cow. So how much TMR do we need? Quite a lot, but it also fills up the hay silage row. Grass I can't do anything about until we can mow some. It's empty. Straw, I don't know why it's not loading. Oh, that's why there's the snow icon. It's not filling up the mixer, it's filling up the bucket. So, small amount of silage in the bucket. Back off a bit, drop the bucket. No, you did not do that. Seriously. Okay, we're going to have to take a trip over to the main farm. No. This will be the FS60s. Fortunately, our two smaller tractors have FS30s because this Valtra doubles up as a lumber lifter. Running an FS60 to give me the added height to get the logs over the top of the logging trailer. So there we go, it's going. We have to go get our front loader. I am from about 25 miles outside of London on the east side. I live in North America. I am now an American citizen. So let's jump in the cab because I can see easier when it's snowing. It's a shame we don't have any settling of snow yet. Of course, that would make picking up the silage very, very difficult. Strange reflections in light on the floor. Slightly beneficial, the reset point for this map is actually on the main farm, not at the store. Which means when you're starting up again and you want to sell half the equipment, you have to drive it all over to the store. But you can have the store do you the door-to-door delivery. Okay, so we have the forks, the loader arms, go back and get the fork. Okay, we're round getting 12 o'clock. Which means that people are going to start getting hungry soon. We're going to have to have lunch. Real-time lunch as opposed to fake farm lunch. But we will try and get the cows fed. I like to do that before anything settles on the ground. Once the cows are fed, we'll turn to probably speed up time a little. See if we can get some actual snow on the ground. Oop. There's the feeder, there's the... Come at that from the right angle. So the mixer will now be empty. If I go over here, we will get the more hay. More hay. Yeah, let's get out of the cab. Come on, jump. There we go. So, at the moment these two bales are 4,000 litres each. And they will not degrade because they're getting wet with snow. But as soon as I go to here, come on, unload them. That is now loose hay in that bucket. If you pull back to there, you will see that the volume of hay in that bucket is going down because it's getting wet and water destroys it, or rain destroys it, and so does snow. Now, run over here, we'll grab that straw, and again, the straw will not destroy because this is not a seasons ready map, so it treats bales as indestructible when it comes to precipitation. Now, if we put that, come on, unload. Unload, there we go. So, we put that in there, and we'll have 11,000 litres of something, but it's going to be classed as forage, because it's a mix of hay and straw. So, we lost 38 litres of hay, with it just sitting there. Now, it's static, because this is not the icon for hay or straw, it's the icon for forage. So the forage is all safe. We'll get this over here. Since the snow has settled, this will be the last batch of TMR that we're going to mix. So you can see there's a couple of little mounds of snow on our left there, which is where I dumped the bucket out. Some here as well. And the snow is going all the way up to the edge of the silage. So we hitch that on. That's still just silage. It won't contain anything except silage. need 2 and a little bit bucket worth of silage in the mixer. That's what we'll do. This is, I can't remember, it's an odd number of litres, but it does mean the mix can be 2 hay, 2 silage, 1 straw for a perfect mix. Dump that there. Keep the bucket pointing down. Now what I've got to do is make sure that I don't stick the bucket on the ground, because otherwise I'll scoop up snow. What we'll do is we'll drive up to the silage, keep the bucket airborne, at least initially. Oh well, there you go, full. Didn't even have to shovel. So that will make a pure mix of cow food. These aren't 4,000 litre bales of silage, but yeah, 3,984. We've got about 50 mix of hay and silage so far. You don't have to have, whoops, don't raise the bucket, keep it from nose down. And then we just drop that down there. And you'll have a full bucket of silage. Now this will not take this full bucket, but advantage, it leaves silage in the bucket so that it won't fill up with snow. There we go. Because that is now a full mixer. TMR, we'll be able to see exactly what the capacity of this mixer is. So the capacity of the mixer is 22,000 litres. And if we look at the mix, there we go. So we're a little light on hay, a little heavy on TMR, but they're both within the 25 to 75% requirement. We put 1 bale of hay, straw in. Oh, and that's why the straw isn't settling there, because it actually thinks that's snow. So, I can empty that. Turn that off, and we'll go back to the food thing. Very close to empty. And that's, I would say, close enough. So we can't get straw in there while there's snow in there. Unfortunately, we're only looking at 1 day of snow. So I'll put the bucket down there. Because of virtue of farm sim stuff, that bucket will not fill up with anything but silage. It won't fill up with silage because it's not sat on a silage dump. There. We can now put the bucket away, put the mixer away. First time I've put the mixer away empty for a long time. As I said, it's not worth mixing more while there is precipitation happening, because I could load it with silage first. If I put silage in first and then add hay and straw afterwards, the first mix turns it into forage, which means it will destroy. So that's the way to save your bales, or your hay and straw, is to make sure you always put silage in on the first load. However, the other thing to remember is if you're playing with seasons on a seasons prepared map, bales will get destroyed as soon as you take them out of a shed. I don't want to wait on that. Don't know why I did that. I want the lights off. That's a good thing. I want the engine off. I want to jump out and we'll run around and turn all the lights off. So now you can hear my footsteps in the snow. The exterior light, that's the exterior light. That's lit up because this light is on. And lights bleed through walls because don't they always? So we'll turn that light off, we'll turn this one off. Now if I look in the workshop or in the tool shed, no light. So that's what happens when you get multiple layers of snow. Obviously I've tipped snow out where I unloaded the silage bucket into the mixer. You don't end up with snow where stuff's been parked. So I had the mixer wagon parked there and there while the snow was settling, and the snow will now settle to multiple levels. So that's multiple levels of snow. This is maybe one, maybe two levels, I don't know. But demonstrations of snow, let's get this tractor.